Hey, what's going on, guys? Nintos here, and I want to give you guys a quick little tip tutorial on a basalt generator that I have been kind of working on tweaking with for some time, because I wanted a better way to get basalt for this little kind of valley branch here that I'm working on, as opposed to tearing down volcanoes. So, because they're just a pain in the neck to just sit there and mine them forever and use a quarry or use a turtle or what have you. But nothing new here. This is obviously the same sort of red power thermal pile that we've seen before. So yeah, I've got basically 5 thermal piles in here. Okay, so that hasn't changed. I encased the entire thing in glass for a couple different reasons. Number one, so you guys can see. Number two, so it kind of gives off the light, so that well, looks cool and keeps away mobs. But standard traditional, obviously, thermal pile setup with what's supposed to be either ice or water, and lava on the opposite side. But in this case, what I'm doing here is I'm using ice blocks as opposed to water, and zirconium ice. Here's what happens: essentially the ice is going to cool down the lava, and you'll notice that the lava source is actually 1 block away from the thermal pile. So here's obviously where, traditionally speaking, the lava source would have been, but I put it 1 away, and that's nothing new, right? I mean, that's, like I said, this is just for the purpose of creating basalt. So when the ice cools down the flowing lava, it hardens it, and then of course you can pick it and whatnot. And that's what these guys obviously come in, these little turtles, which I'll cover with you in just a second. So the zirconium ice keeps the vanilla ice blocks from melting and turning into water, so that this basically is an auto-generating thing, if you will, over and over again. So that's really the method for the madness, just to kind of give you a heads up. So the thermal piles on top of it, I've got a battery box on top of that. I've got a blue electric engine and an energy tesseract that is sending the whopping 4 Minecraft joules per tick back to, since I play on a survival multiplayer server, send it all back to our own little power supply. It's not a lot, granted, but at least it's helping. But you definitely want to at least send off the power, someplace else. So, and I know for a lot of us, computer craft, or these turtles, if you will, we know maybe some of the basic stuff, but the rest of it we may not know. And you'll see I'm using just green sapphire picks because it is basalt, it's not obsidian, so it doesn't really need anything super heavy duty. And through all my coring, I just happen to have a lot of green sapphire. So, but let's go ahead and take a look at the code itself. I'll terminate it, and always name your files. Oops, wrong key, sorry. Always name your files startup if you want to obviously be in a loop like this. So if I look at the startup file, all this is simply doing is, while obviously it's true and running, if it detects a block in front of it, then obviously it'll pull it out, as seen through here, and then right after it's dug it out, it'll go to sleep for 30 seconds. The reason being is that this is supposed to prevent lag on a server. So I'll go ahead and exit and then reboot my my turtle, so he can obviously kind of do what he's doing. Now on this side, again, it's the exact same as the other side. The only difference is that since I have these all stacked one on top of each other, the turtles I'm talking, the routers, I got 2 routers with eject upgrades now on them that are pulling out whatever basalt it's collected over the time, and then behind this block, and in between the 2 routers, I didn't bring a pick with me, sorry, is an item tesseract. I'm sure you guys don't need recipes and whatnot for all this stuff, so I just want to kind of, if anything, give you a quick little visual on what it would look like and whatnot. I used 2 redstone torches because I tried using a lever with number of different blocks to make it look kind of cool and whatnot. It just didn't really work out, so I don't know why, but at any rate, because maybe it's because of the glass. So if you substitute with anything else, just be mindful of that. But it works with, obviously, it's got to have a redstone source, so there you go, there goes that. But let's head back to my base as I set up a little book over this way, and down below, down Periscope, that item tesseract is hooked up into this guy, to this frequency, which goes right into this ender chest. And this ender chest, every 3 seconds, with that timer and of course the redstone tubes, pulls whatever contents it's got, obviously, into this obsidian chest. Now this obsidian chest, as you'll obviously see, has got yet another filter with a computer on top of it. Now this computer, its sole function is to just pulse out a redstone signal every 3 seconds. That's it, just to kind of keep the look clean, because it's already kind of cluttered, you know, down here in my little attic basement thingy. But anyway, that's it. So if I was to obviously look in here, here's all of my collected basalt cobblestone, because this filter is set to pull out stacks of these guys, gravel, cobble, etc. So what I have back in here is I have almost half a stack. And that's essentially it, guys. So, you know, if this is of any help to you, especially if you're on the Direwolf 20 pack, where we have a couple of mods missing for block breakers. The block breaker itself is obviously available, but at any rate, I mean, this is kind of a little workaround. I'll obviously, like I said, leave that code for the turtles down below, if obviously it'll help any of you guys out. But otherwise, I just want to maybe help inspire, you know, setting one of these up on your own. If there's any questions, leave it down below. Otherwise, happy crafting.